Well, it's certainly an hot one this morning, and it's going to get even warmer this afternoon. So all these plants that's in this greenhouse need to go outside today. It's going to be too much to keep up with constant watering. And although you water them to stop them drying out, if you just keep constantly watering, you're not really doing your plants any good. So the longer it takes for the plants to dry out, the better. So I'll set a little bench up outside and we'll get everything moved out there for today. Just before we get ourselves out there and get all this work started today, I just want to say thank you very much to Steve & Co, who made a donation to the channel via the super thanks button below the video. Thank you very much for that, Stephen, it's really appreciated, and as always it will be put to good use. Maybe at some point we'll get rid of all these tomato plants too. I'll put them all on here for today, and we've got that bit of protection of this net that we can drop over the top, but that's going to hold pretty much most of the plants today. We'll stick some bottom watering trays on there and all, that's going to help a lot. I'm definitely going to have to put this in ground at some point. Really big plant. Well, that's pretty much all plants out of here, and I think I'll just leave them out all night as well, since it's going to be hot for the next few days. We have got that bit of a net over the top, so they're not going to get damaged. But meanwhile, it gives me an opportunity to tidy this greenhouse up, and maybe we'll get this bit cleared and dug and get some more of those tomato plants in when it's cooled down a little bit. These potatoes are really shooting up now. Got lots of fresh growth. And some more over there as well. Best keep his eye on these in here as well. They look alright for the moment. But this is starting to grow a fruit. It's one of those round courgettes. So that's doing really well in here. And we've got some germination on them new salad trays. We better get these bottom watered as well. These strawberries have shot up even bigger now. And we're starting to get strawberries on them as well. We've got loads of new flowers on these peas. I've just put a load of fresh grass seed down here and covered it up with some net just to keep birds off it. It's definitely too hot to be doing any jobs in greenhouse today. It's not a good idea to spend any amount of time in your greenhouse when it gets this warm. So what we're going to do is concentrate on little bits and bobs we want to get done outside. And I think I want to put some tomato plants outside today as well. And we can put a framework up so we can secure plants to the frame as they're growing. At least that gets rid of a few of these extra tomato plants we've got. But it's better we're out there than in here today, because you dehydrate a lot quicker than you think. I think I'm going to put some in here. We did put some running beans in, but they've pretty much been battered beyond repair by slugs. So since we've part dug it already, I might as well put a few plants in here and see how they do outside. That's been dug, raked, and we put some feed in. Now I'm just putting together a bit of a framework so we've got something to tie these tomato plants to, and we'll add canes to it as we put those plants in. These at last are those sweet million plants, so they're not bad sized plants. We'll get those put in here and see how they do outside this year. I'll do. Now we'll get some extra canes in, so these plants have got some support, because we know what winds are like around here sometimes. I'll put some tie wraps around those canes, then we know they're going nowhere. While you're watering these low level plants, whether it be in your greenhouse or outside, water them like I do. It'll save you back. So, considering it's really hot today, we can still get things done outside. And at the same time, we're not wasting those extra tomato plants that we had. So we'll see how these sweet million get on through summer. I'm back in greenhouse again, but not for long, don't worry. Just to finish this video off, it's a very good idea not to spend too much time in your greenhouse when temperatures get hot. And ideally, you want to be watering your plants in your greenhouses first thing in the morning or last off at night. First thing in the morning being more preferable, because the water's got time to soak away a little bit. And if you water things late at night and you have problems with slugs, that kind of attracts them as well. So if you can do it early morning, do. If not, then do it last off. And try using that upside down hose pipe method that I use, because when you've got lots and lots of plants in greenhouses, we know that you don't want to be top watering them because it's going to cause problems. So you have to get down, crouch down to get to the base of those plants to make sure you're not splashing all that foliage. But if you hang that hose pipe upside down, you can just easily go along without so much as bending your knees. And believe me, I need that as much as anybody else. So we've got that framework up, we've got those plants in, and we'll see how those plants do as we go through the next few weeks. Hopefully they'll do a lot better than those French beans did. And the only concern I'm going to have is that they're called sweet million, so they're going to grow bunches of cherry tomatoes, and we've got a lot of birds around here as well. But we'll sort that out when it comes to it. As they start fruiting, I'll put some of that scaffolding netting over the top and then support it with more canes. So either way, we're going to get something from that. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Don't overdo it, and make sure you get plenty of hydration or wearing at. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care.